Hi, welcome to my channel. Welcome back if we've met before. Today I'm visiting the grave of Fredrick Fleet. Fredrick Fleet was born in Liverpool on the 15th of October 1887. He never knew his father, and his mother met another new man and abandoned Fredrick. It was believed she had another child, a baby girl, and it's not known if Fredrick had ever met his sister, but it is said that his mother emigrated to America, so it's assumed he never did. So Fredrick was raised between foster home and distant relatives. In 1903, Fredrick went to sea as a deck boy and worked his way to be an able seaman. He then worked on the RMS Oceanic for over 4 years as a lookout, earning £5 a month. In April 1912, Fredrick joined 5 other watchmen in the crew of the brand new Titanic, dubbed the largest passenger ship of its time and unsinkable. The largest, reputably most opulent ship of the White Star Line fleet. The team of 6 watchmen took 2 hourly watches due to extreme cold in the crow's nest. They made 2 stops after Fredrick boarded in Southampton, Cherbourg, France and Queenstown, Ireland. The trip was reportedly uneventful until that fateful night on April the 14th, 1912. At 10 p.m, Fredrick and his fellow lookout Reginald Lee took the lookout ship at the crow's nest. They were given the order, which had been given earlier in the evening by Charles Lightoller, to look out for small icebergs. It was a calm, moonless night, which made visibility difficult, despite the lookouts requesting binoculars. None had been provided. It was unclear as to why. However, a later investigation found that evidence suggested that White Line steamers did not use them routinely, and also there had been some form of shake-up in the crew before setting off to the United States, and one crew member was asked to leave the ship. Unfortunately, this resulted in the crew member leaving with the key to the cabinet which held the binoculars. That key recently sold at an auction for a huge £90,000. It's assumed this was taken by accident and not with a malicious intent. Since even with binoculars, the lookout still may not have seen the iceberg in time due to the conditions of the night. 11:39, Fredrick first spotted the iceberg and rang the nest bell 3 times to warn the bridge of something ahead. Then he used the crow's nest telephone to call the bridge. Fredrick immediately informed the 6th officer, James Paul Moody, that now infamous phrase, "Iceberg right ahead." This warning was passed straight to the 1st officer, William McMaster Murdoch, in charge of the bridge. Fredrick and Reginald remained on duty for 20 minutes more after the collision. At midnight, the pair were relieved by the next lookout crew, and Fredrick went down to the deck and helped prepare lifeboat number 6. 2nd Officer Lightoller ordered Quartermaster Robert Hitchens in charge of the lifeboat and ordered Fredrick aboard as well. The lifeboat finally reached the RMS Carpathia at 6 a.m. on the 15th of April 1912. After a fraught sailing, full of conflict, as others in the boat wanted to row back to help and try and save some survivors. But Quartermaster Hitchens refused in the fear of the lifeboat being overrun by panicking swimmers. After the disaster, Fredrick suffered what we now know would recognise as survivor's guilt and PTSD. Fredrick took part in 2 inquiries. The first was the US inquiry. The second was the British Rex Commission inquiry. He was questioned in the US by Senator William Alden Smith repeatedly told Senator, had we been given binoculars, the disaster would not have happened. But in August 1912, Fredrick left the White Star Line Company. He noted that since the disaster, he and other surviving members of the company staff and the Titanic were being treated differently, like they were to blame, almost an embarrassing reminder of the disaster. During World War One, Fleet served on merchant ships. In 1917, he married Eva Ernestine LaGrosse. They had a daughter named Dorothy Frederica Ernestine on the 24th of November 1918. After leaving the White Star Line, Fredrick sailed for 24 more years with many shipping companies, including the Union Castle Line. In the 20s and 30s, he once again returned to the RMS Olympic as a lookout. In 1936, he decided to leave the seas and instead work on the docks at Southampton for Harland and Wolff in their shipyard. Fredrick was said to be a devoted family man. He and Eva lived with Eva's brother during World War II. Fredrick served once again. He also worked for the Union Castle Mail Ship Company, served as shoremaster at arms. In the latter years of Fredrick's life, he worked part-time as a street seller for the Echo newspaper. He had a patch on Poundtree Road in Southampton. On December the 28th, 1964, after a short illness, Eva passed away. Her brother, Philip Joseph LaGrosse, evicted Fredrick. Fredrick then fell deeper into the state of depression, and just 13 days later, sadly, Fredrick's body was found hanging in the garden of his brother-in-law's home. Dorothy had told people that Fredrick once said to her that if her mother died before him, he wouldn't be far behind her. Sadly, Fredrick would keep to his word. On the 10th of January 1965, aged 77. Fredrick would rest in an unmarked grave until the 90s, when the headstone bearing a picture of the Titanic would be erected on his grave, thanks to the kindness of donations raised by the Titanic Historical Society. Fredrick's life ended as sorrowfully as it started. It seems the disaster of the Titanic plagued him throughout his life. Even years later, while selling papers on his patch, people walk past and shout, "All right, Fred, seen any icebergs lately?" Fred had almost reportedly suffered nightmares from that fateful night for years. It saddens me to read his tale and think how he was treated as a scapegoat by the White Line Star Company, with tales of blame often resting at Fredrick's door. And it's quite obviously not Fredrick's fault. There are many factors that caused one of the greatest shipping disasters of modern maritime history. But Fredrick had followed all orders and acted in accordance to those orders. If it hadn't been for Fredrick's warning, many more people may have lost their lives too. Lifeboats reportedly leaving half empty, lower decks being reportedly closed off so people below deck couldn't escape. I think now we can appreciate more the position Fredrick has been in. Fredrick was a hero. He was a loving husband, a father, and a grandfather. He was more than just a lookout on the Titanic. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, share and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you next time. If you have any suggestions, people, please, I'd like to hear about them. Just leave a comment below. Thank you muchly. If you, like myself and many others, suffer with mental health issues, please reach out. Never struggle. You feel you are alone. There is no problem bigger than the value of you. You're loved even if you don't feel it. Even if you're alone, there is always will be someone to help you through. No matter how bad things seem, please reach out. I lost one of my closest friends as his depression got the better of him. I miss him every day. I wish he just come to me. Reach out and let me know. Help him. Again, thank you for watching.